Milwaukee's heroes no longer have to live in Milwaukee. The governor lifted the city's residency rule this week.
But police and firefighters may not want to start looking for homes in the suburbs quite yet.
The I-Team's Jermont Terry digs deep into the long-term effects of this new law. Jermont.
Mike and Carol, the residency rule is so controversial. Despite being lifted, the city is still determined to enforce it. But is this battle worth fighting? Will lifting the rule hurt the city? That answer varies depending on who you talk to. Tonight, we look at the facts. Whether it's a call in the middle of the night for shots fired or a race to stop a fire burning out of control, there's no question Milwaukee's first responders always answer the call. But when it comes to whether these men and women should be required to live in the city they work, there's a big debate.
They wanted their cake and they wanted to eat it too.
Oshia Adelabu made the choice back in the late 70s to join the city's fire department.
But they've been trying to break residency even before I came on the job.
Adelabu retired as a captain and still proudly lives in Milwaukee. He thinks living where you work benefits city workers and the community.
You have a relationship.
But this one issue has placed an obvious strain on the city's relationship with union representatives.
We don't need Big Brother interfering, creating harm on the city of Milwaukee.
They told us to take it to the state.
So Dave Seeger, the president of Milwaukee Professional Firefighters Union, did just that.
We have been pursuing this objective for many years.
But it wasn't until now, when Republican Governor Scott Walker lifted the ban. Walker had the support from both fire and police unions, leaving many to suggest a motive.
But it's political patronage.
How is it that all of a sudden, with this governor, it gets in the budget?
The best way I can answer that, Jermont, is that I have been consistent in my pursuit of that objective.
Sager insists the drive for the change is about the workers' families.
Purely, it's about education.
You are concerned that there will be a mass exodus.
Over time, I am concerned that will happen.
So the I-Team checked. Many similar cities once had residency rules in place. In 2009, the Ohio Supreme Court ruled cities could not make workers stay. So did the mass exodus happen in Cleveland? The city of Cleveland said no. 4 years after the lift, 28.5% of city workers live outside Cleveland.
Which indicates that 72% still reside in the city?
The city of Minneapolis lifted its residency in 1999. The city's population remained steady and even increased slightly. Milwaukee plans to fight, but history shows cities who have tried simply don't win.
Why fight it at this point?
Well, you fight it because you fight. You don't give up and you don't just roll over.
And that fight from the city could lead to the state Supreme Court. Only time will tell. For now, the city is telling all supervisors to still enforce this residency rule.
So essentially, residency kind of remains in effect until the city's appeal is heard?
That's exactly how it's going to turn out right now, because the city is telling the supervisors to enforce it.
Yeah.
They're essentially breaking the law because the governor signed it this week.
All right.